My Van and Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Aragorn Company, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, but welcome back to DCI Last Alliance as we continue on as Rhovanion and episode number 3. This is recorded on the 27th of June, a Saturday. We are playing as Rhovanion. We have just now stirred up the Hornet's Nest of Rune, and we're interested to see what's going to happen there. In the west, we are finally getting sight range on the border with Mordor, so we know if we're going to be attacked or not, which is good. And we are seeking an alliance with the elves, which is probably going to cost us money, because they don't really want an alliance for some reason, but they're such as it is. Who cares? Who cares? We care. We damn well care. We're going to take an alliance with them. Otherwise, though, we are at an end turn, which is why I'm stalling, because ending turns is always a bit dull, isn't it? But there we are. You will note this is recorded on the 27th, which also happens to be the day that I released episode number 1 and the overview video. I have yet to actually do the thumbnails for them. I'm going to do that after this recording and then set them to go live straight away sometime in the afternoon. But that doesn't matter because that's all happened like 3 days ago, so why I'm saying that, I do not know. Rune Riders, 2 attack. Oh, that is atrociously bad. 7 charge and a 6 defense, but Nardu, he's got his 6 and 20 defense. Our Mar Archers are no hope for that. If we withdraw, he's almost certainly going to chase us down. The withdrawing tactic thing takes so long that I don't want to do that for every single battle I ever fight. So I'm restricting use of that. Oh, go on then. We'll play. Oh, yes, he went the right way. That's good. Does that mean there's another way across the river to the north that I don't know of?
Yes,
oh, yeah, look, there's a crossing just there. Or is there a crossing? No, I think that's just normal width, actually.
Your will, my lord.
Oh, I know that he has to go around there to get there.
As you
Sure, Miss Pritchard.
merging armies, my lord.
We can't do anything else. I don't know what Nardu's plan is. I don't know. Understand how Nardu got through, unless he crossed that bridge, I suppose. But Rune, I don't know what Rune are doing. The AI is not having a very good time with the pathfinding. Donovan, build yourself some more forces. You're going to need them.
Orders.
Eric,
By
give
your
me another
command.
tower.
Erecting a watchtower.
And then build us another
As you
one
wish.
there. And then that'll really do, to be
Continuing
honest.
tomorrow.
We'll build them along the roads as we send him east.
An order.
Marwini, the war chief, the Dorwinian army here is vast. So if I
Yes.
could take some of those units, the cavalry, because they're the fastest moving.
Your
Oh,
corpse
wow.
will be thrown to the dogs.
Jeez.
Your corpse will be thrown to the...
An order.
Rune get a huge
lord.
movement.
Orders.
We don't get such a huge movement. Oh, what have we got there? Drought archers. Oh, we've already used it,
Yes.
haven't we? Yeah, they just look heavily armoured. If we keep some troops in a roar for a time, we get 500 gold coins. So, and that's built everything we want it to build now. Dorwinion built those sheep pastures. Oh, you can get a better town hall. Oh, town halls don't really mean anything anymore, do they? They're completely useless building. A public order bonus due to approval of 5%. It's just, that doesn't matter when you've got 165%. It's just a nothingy building. They've gone from being one of the most important buildings in DAC to one of the least important buildings in DCI. A leather tent. No, we want to keep making money from you. You're not a recruitment centre, really, are you? You just got the basic 3. An Ortegard public house. You're finally building. Yes. Nice. Right, the unit that we have there, we will send you north. You're probably going to be attacked, but what the hey, if you can distract the enemy, because we're going to send 3 of them down as well.
As you wish.
They can retrain in Donovan, actually.
Orders.
So we might get lucky.
Yes.
They may be able to.
As
Build me
you
another
command.
watchtower. Oh, I haven't got any money.
Yes.
Damn.
We'll stop here.
Right, the army is ready. We'll take you out once Marwini, the war chief, arrives. Who actually is our factionary? It is Marwini, isn't it? No, it's Prince... Again, I keep forgetting. Marwini is in the family tree, but it's Fravita who's the actual heir. And then he adopted Eric. But otherwise, let's see if Rune attack us then. If Nardu attacks us from behind, that would be so annoying.
Your orders, my lord.
I can't really do
Yes,
anything to
my
stop
lord.
that, though.
Your will, my lord.
I could, actually. If I put a unit
Yes.
there, like that. Oh, but then he could
lord.
take Kamboska without a
Your
fight.
will, my
No,
lord.
that's
Your
silly.
orders, my lord.
And we want every unit that we can use, really. Ah, 14 of you. You're not going to be useful in a bridge battle. You
Yes.
guys stand there, and then that creates a cone around you that he can't walk through, which means he's got to attack you to get through. But he's got Amala there, and he's got Athelwyn there. All options available to him. We're hoping to sort of stun lock him into not doing anything by surrounding him with targets and asking him which one he fancies the most. And hopefully, fingers crossed, he fancies standing still and doing nothing, which is not beyond the realms of possibility with the AI of Medieval 2, to be honest. So we shall see. Ah, yes, we're attacked from the front. A bridge battle with the Confederacy of Rune. Welcomed and challenge met. Captain Ganglerine. What an unfortunate name. Captain Gangrene is joining us. Sagazimug. Eastern Tribesmen, Rune Riders, Rubbish Army. Captain Kaniku, again, Trash Army. And Tankui, or Tankui, another Rubbish Army. So, a battle it is, and an easy victory.
Muster your courage, men! We march into battle!
All, if we can keep Rune's eye fixed upon us and keep them blind to all else that moves, then the Rhovanion army will sweep through their northern border like a storm.
From such tidings does victory emerge.
Here we are. Nice bridge battle, very nice bridge battle. Perfect for an archer heavy armor. Very conducive to archer victories. Now, we have got quite a bit of cavalry. Atulf, you're going to have to get in the line because... Mounted longbowmen! You guys are going to have to get down here and start shooting at things. So, mounted longbowmen, let's get you up nice and close. Archers! 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 Sorry, I'm having a blast with it. I was watching a video yesterday by Pixelated Apollo that has said he has decided to stop playing Total War, which I found rather interesting, and his reasoning was because, number one, he's bored of Total War. Number two, he doesn't like that Total War is selling itself out to appeal to a Chinese market. And number three... I can't remember what number three was. But anyway, that's his 50-minute video condensed into 30 seconds. There you are. That's why he's leaving Total War behind. I don't watch any of Pixelated Apollos, I have to confess. I'm not really all that interested in the multiplayer scene, which is what he obviously focuses on. It's a shame that he's leaving, because he brings a lot of attention to lesser-known mods like Third Age Total War. Although Third Age Total War is not a lesser-known mod. It's one of the most popular mods for the game. My spearmen just will not do what I want them to do. That's really annoying. But it was an interesting video to watch, I suppose. It's going to be a very, very interesting to see how his channel goes, because he has about 750,000 subscribers. But in my experience, if a channel changes its content completely, so even if it starts doing content that isn't even tangentially related to what it used to do, you can expect somewhere between 50 to 75% drop-off on views. And that's certainly something that I think his latest videos, which are not Total War based, in a span of say 7 videos, the average view is around 30,000, which is a cracking viewership rating. I would kill for 30,000 average views. But when you have 750,000 subscribers, it's an identifier and a clear example that unfortunately changing what you are known on YouTube for is really difficult, really damn difficult. Now, even on my channel, doing a couple of Warhammer videos, Warhammer is at least tangentially related. It's fantasy and it's Total War, so there's a bit of a link. But even those videos average maybe 2,000 views, whereas a DAC video gets between 4,000 and 6,000 views. So you can see those drop-off. People are here for what they know you for. And that's the curse of YouTube, really. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility to want to change what you're doing. Pixelated Apollo has been going for, what, 5 or 6 years? And if you were in the real world working, 5 or 6 years is a very common time for people to want to change job. A lot of people change job every 3 to 4 years. The days of working in a job when you're on 16 or 17 and out of school and staying in it till you die, those days are long gone. Long gone. Even people that stay in the same profession still change jobs. So even, say, for example, bricklayers or electricians. There'll be bricklayers or electricians, but they might start their own company, or they might go and work for another company. They'll still change their job in some way. And so that's the same thing with YouTube. The equivalent on YouTube is changing what you play so that you get something different in your everyday work life, which is what Pixelated Apollo is doing. But it just really comes with a huge risk of losing all of your, or most, a large chunk of your subscriber and follower base. And indeed, many of the comments obviously need to be taken with a grain of salt. As an example, my own videos, they average 5,000 views on a general DAC video, and we might get 100 comments. So there are 4,900 people's voices not being heard on that episode, if that makes sense. It should do. It's basic mathematics. And but a lot of the comments on the video were just people saying, thank you for your honesty, I can understand why you're doing it, but if you're not doing Total War, I'm not watching anymore. And I get comments like that as well. If ever I say, I'm going to do a couple of Warhammer videos, but I'm not going to make them the core of the channel, they're just going to be a bit of fun every now and then. And even on those videos, I get people saying, that's cool, but I'm not going to watch. And it's like, it's fine, you don't have to. Those comments have always sounded a little odd. But then people can express themselves however they wish. This is a free world, mostly. I did find it interesting. It's both. I think it is right. We like as a planet, breaking away, making sure that any one country doesn't have ultimate financial power is useful. We don't really want China to be the bankroller of the entire world, because money rules the world, sadly. And if they are the bankroller, they've got everyone in their pocket, and that's not ideal. And so him taking a personal stance against China in that regard is I suppose, honourable from a free-thinking point of view. But I'm not sure I would have led with that in my why I'm leaving Total War behind. You know, I think I would have personally thought it was. I don't like that they're tailoring their games for a Chinese market. Although I just don't think that's that bad. I mean, I don't want to get political at all. I'm just merely talking about what Pixelated Apollo said, but. A game company tailoring their product for different markets sounds like common sense. I don't know. I can appreciate, obviously, China's not the greatest country in terms of track record of human rights and financial supporting various shady schemes and whatnot, but a company looking to make money from a market, regardless of that market's track record on whether they're good or morally ambiguous, It just makes sense. If the Chinese market don't like certain things, change the game a bit and give it to them. If we get a product where we don't like certain things, then what does it matter? Anyway, there we are. That's very much my thinking. It seems to be boiled down to, really, Pixelated Apollo doesn't like Total War anymore, and he doesn't like the latest games, so he's just going to not play them anymore, which is perfectly fine. I just think that's possibly all he needed to say. I'm being disingenuous, and I'm being possibly a touch too rude to him. I don't watch Pixelated Apollo. I don't know him. He doesn't know me, I'm sure, and we don't have any kind of working or any kind of relationship whatsoever. I'm merely just someone who's seen the video and commentating on what I've seen, and I just thought it was interesting.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
It has meant, though, that I've just basically hovered the camera backwards and forwards and done nothing in this episode. But does Pixelated Apollo ever cover Divide and Conquer, actually? Because that's all I'm really interested in, is to know whether or not he ever has. We've absolutely annihilated them in this battle, and not just because we've had the hill and some archers, but our ground troops have decimated them. Rune, I'm coming at this thinking that we're a proto-Rhovanion from Divide and Conquer, and we're fighting against a proto-Rune, but I kind of expected Rune to still be stronger than me. And maybe if we allow them to live to the late game, they will be. But at this rate, I just can't see them stopping our Rhovanion army. I think it's going to sweep through without a challenge. We're just waiting for them to break and run away now. There we are. It's happened. Righty ho ho ho. Cavalry.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
In we go. Ground forces, don't run through. Theoden will handle this, or Fritigern rather.
Much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
He's come up against Eastern Archers, who have not run away. Oh, no, Banner Carrier just died. Alright, pull out. Can you actually charge into them? Like, will you put your spears down? I know you're on a bridge, but... No, not really. Oh, yeah, look, they did much better that time.
If we can behold
there we are,
our
there we go.
cowardly foe runs. It's time to press the attack.
So that means that something didn't run and is actually just walking off the field. So we've got to wait for them to walk away. Yeah, walk away. And we didn't need to use our water spearmen. They can return to the town of Kamboska, where they will be met in glory, even though they didn't do anything. 186 men lost, 1,082.
As the day of our most glorious victory.
Bauerg's Bowman. Well done, sirs. Well done indeed. We've got a lot of different types of bowmen. Can't keep up with all these names. 297 kills. Silver Sword. Gaffard Housecarls. Atalf of Dorwinion makes his name known. Which is good. We want Rune to fear Dorwinion because the army of Dorwinion is about to descend upon them. And we would like to spread some fear ahead of ourselves.
We have triumphed!
And as expected, Nardu has come to hit us in the back. But with a swift withdraw, no problems arise.
Milo have.
Oh, it's starting to get very warm in this room. Yes.
I accept an honor
Perfect.
and a pleasure.
And then we'll pop through and do the same with Erin
I shall
Gallen.
continue tomorrow.
We've
Tomorrow's
got land
journey
clearance in
planned
Kamboshka.
out.
Oh, look, Runar filtering across the river every which way they can.
My lord. Your will.
Cavalry, stop off in Old
By your
Donovan
command.
and retrain for me, please. And, oh, I'll tell you what, actually merge those two together and just retrain the one, and then I can take you and you and you, and you can all go down here.
As you wish, my lord.
Take them with you as
By
well.
your command. March
You're all
to
going to head off,
exhaustion.
join the army at
Continue in
Kamboshka. Have we got some money? Yes, we
Wait,
have.
My lord.
Eirik.
By your
Oh,
command.
you're a first one.
Erecting
Ah, Rykista Knights are our default bodyguard. Right. That's good to know.
Yes. Erecting a watchtower.
So Theoden's Knights,
By your
Fritigan's
command.
bodyguard, are
Yes,
custom,
my lord.
and so he's the only guy that's going to get those. Although didn't
Yes.
Fritivar have them as well? Fravita, I keep getting your name wrong. Sorry, I'm just going to call you Frav. Everyone remember,
Order.
our faction heir's called Frav, and then we'll be
Move.
all right.
We'll stop.
Right, the
here.
army marches. An army marches without the Frieswehr, because I don't think they're very good. Frieswehr. And one unit of spearmen, I suppose.
Yes.
Right, they've got roads, so we can now go through, and it looks like the town's going to be down there in Wintirian Yor.
We go no further
Oh,
today.
we've got the money, so why not?
Your will. By your command. Merging armies.
Oh,
my
and look,
lord.
you guys aren't.
I've
You
tried
guys could have
whipping them,
merged,
but the men are spent.
so we'll. Oh,
Your
I've
will,
clicked
my
over there.
lord.
We'll take them
As you
instead,
wish.
and we'll send those 22
We
back
go no further today.
when the time is right. Build me that, then build me that. Riveroon, you can't give me anything. Aurora, you can't give me anything. Oh, you're about to finish that. Go for a crop rotation. Donovan, get your stables in. You're building the town. Fritigan can't build anything, and Kamboshka can give me a leather tanner. We make 3,000 gold coins. It's not bad.
Your orders, my lord.
We shall engage.
But we're just going to
Yes,
pop over
my
here and
lord.
deal with Nardu.
Your corpse
Rune
will be
Riders and
thrown
Knight, they're
to
both
the
cavalry, so... Well, just send the whole army,
Your
why
orders,
not?
my lord.
Nothing wrong with a bit
As
of
you
overkill in the
command.
morning, is there?
Attack.
I need to record the faction overview after this, which goes up tomorrow. Sunday. Who is it this week? I can't quite remember. Again, I shouldn't talk about things that are happening for me in the future, but for you, it happened like 3 days ago. Right, start deployments. Archers, group together. We'll try and use you, but remember the enemy does have a line of cavalry they're going to charge at us with. They won't like... Oh, you go with them as well, actually. Then we move the cavalry as and when. Right, so militia line move forward. Archers don't run away. Cavalry go and get a bit closer. Remember, the enemy cavalry are archers. The enemy's general, sorry, is a cavalry archer unit. We have our own archers, and we have plenty of them. And if you all target that rune bodyguard, including you, then we might be able to drop them with a fair few bit of arrow fire. But there is the runic bodyguard, looking very colourful, wearing the masks. Taking hits, taking losses, going down. Oh, speaking of singing slightly, I watched High School Musical this week, and it is really boring. I like musicals. I must confess, I like them a lot. So I thought, you know what, I've never watched it actually. I'm gonna watch it, and it's dated. It is dated. It's hard to watch. It's very hard to watch, as we said. Right, you guys, don't throw your javelins because we're gonna kill this cavalry. Oh, in go our riders, looking very nice. The Mars Scouts, and then in come Theoden's Knights, and the runic riders have just offered themselves up as bait.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
9 of them have made it out alive by the looks of it. Pull the cavalry back, go up to ×6 again. Move the line forward. Archers move forward. And you guys move forward as well. And then just fire at whatever you can. They appear to be... Oh, they're trying to shoot back at us, aren't they? Alright, let's waste all of our arrows. I don't think we're going to get very many kills. They've got a lot of defense, these guys. Oh, they're charging in. They've run out of arrows. They charged into the javelin unit. Oh, right. Get running, get running. There were 15 of them. And after that charge, they're down to basically. And it's over.
Victory we have won here today.
57. Total Silver Sword, Mars Scouts. Well done, Mars Scouts. We'll be using those Scouts a lot more in the future. They're proving to be a valuable unit and a perfect addition to the roster. It's very nice having cavalry archers that aren't in that horde mode. They seem to just perform so much better when they're in the normal grouped up mode. The normal sort of ranks, the 3x3s.
We have triumphed. Your will, my
You
lord.
go in as well.
March to exhaustion.
Those house guards, can I train them
later.
anywhere?
My
Can't,
lord.
can I? No, even a raw can't get them yet. The barracks building, the top tier, that's when we get them. So we've got to wait till you're a castle, which is just days, years and years away. I mean, you'll probably not, we'll win before you're a castle, basically.
Yes.
Always the way.
Orders.
Right, otherwise, though, I think we can end the turn there. Irik's on his way back. We've now finally got sight range. The diplomat has
Yes, my
moved.
lord.
Yep, and he's going to go to Gallon in a moment. Erun Gallon. Rune has been soundly crushed on that wall, but this is the army that
order.
matters. It's got a lot of early tier trash, but our early tier trash seems to be quite good, to be honest. I'm quite pleasantly surprised with the spearmen and the quality of our spearmen. With the spearmen and the quality of our spearmen, let's just say spearmen 3 different times in the same way. I really hate repeating myself, and it's the biggest problem. You know, when you type something out, you're typing a speech, for example, and you type it out, and then you read it back and you think, oh, I've said the same thing twice, one after the other. Well, when you don't type it out and you don't read it back, you don't get that, so you frequently repeat yourself. Sidimgol, all Kandish infantry. The might of Kand has come. Very powerful infantry. 7 attack, effective against armor, 18 defense. Well, we're not going to be winning that anytime soon, so we'll just offer up Fritigern. You can have that if it makes you feel better about yourselves, Rune, but it's not going to change a thing. You guys are dead.
Yes. Yes. By
Captain
your command,
Sarutu
an
comes.
order. Moving to
Ignore him.
crush the enemy.
Ah, here we are. And
Victory!
there's the army.
Your
Rimu.
corpse will be thrown to the dogs.
Hello, Rimu. You are to die, sir. And your death will be marred in
Orders.
dishonesty. For your death will be not quick.
My lord. Yes.
Oh, we can't afford a tower. Damn it. Look at them all grouping up. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
My lord.
Speaking of coming and having a go, we've got more units to send
Your
down.
will, my lord. Merging armies.
Even this army's getting stronger as well. Our units don't cost very much, do they? The upkeep is really low.
By your command.
We
We'll
can
make
field
camp
armies for
here.
days. I also note that the recruitment and training is quite
will,
quick in
my
this
lord.
mod as
Yes.
well.
We can go
The
no
replenishment
further
on units
today.
is often 5 or 8 turns at best, maybe 10 turns at tops. Build a market. And end of turn report. Numenorian kingdoms are the best, but Erun Gallon are winning out in terms of money.
My lord. You have a proposition for us?
Oh, they don't like that. I can't give you anything. I can only give you 69 gold coins. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I can't offer you anything else because we haven't got any money, and you're going to reject that.
No, we
Yeah.
cannot agree to this. Good day to you.
Erun Dolan, the Hidden Forest. That's what that means, and it is their capital city. Who has Amun Lank then? Rebel Hold. No one does.
My lord.
Well, Donovan's not very happy. He's only got 17 people in it. And Rhovanion, how are you dealing with the... Ah, you're doing all right. Oh, I didn't move the spy, did I? Ah, he's been sitting in there costing me money for some turns, and I've not used him. Foolish. Very foolish. But we move on Salznik. And we will take it down. Apologies if you can hear the drinking. The microphone settings, of course, with it being right next to my head, you might actually be able to hear me taking a sip of drink now. It's not my intent, but there's no real way around it. I can keep, obviously, muting the microphone, but it clicks when I press it, and I think it's quite obvious. Rimu, 2,493 men. Can't see his face. Marwini the War Chief, 1,943 men. Oh, those are almost the same numbers, just the other way around. Can't see his face either. Battle of the Masks. Herr Hun Axman. Wow, what a name. Herr Hoon. What do I think that means? Ah, High Rune Axeman. So it's Eastern something. What does high mean? I don't know. I'm afraid. I think that's definitely Sindarin. Otherwise, it is just loads of their really garbage units. Runic Spearmen are stronger. Oh, they can form a Thangare. We'll see what that means. I don't know what that means, so we'll see what that is. They get a bonus fighting Cav. Feel free to wait until we've seen what it is before you bombard the comment sections with what a Thangale is. Right, in we go.
There'll be no escaping us now.
When you started watching my channel, you didn't think you were going to get constantly abused, did you? And told off for basic things like subscribing or commenting. Don't do these things. I don't recommend it. I do like the look of this unit, though. I really like the barded horse. I like that a lot. Right, what a hill, blimey. And they attacked us. They've got to slog their way up this thing. It's going to be a doddle and a day. Now, where do we think they can't actually climb the mountain? I'm sure they can climb up there. I don't think they can walk up the road. I think that is impassable terrain. So we've got this side here, and we've got that side there. So, the few arch units that we have... Ah, this is finally, we can put it to bed. Daurawada Longbowman, melee of only 1, a missile of 5, and a defense of 4. Baurg's Longbowman, missile of 4, defense of 5, slightly better melee. So, Daurawada Longbowmen are better archers, and Baurg's bowmen are better overall. So really you want the longbowmen because the difference is basically negligible. So there we are. At least we put that little mystery to bed. Right, you guys go there like that. And spearmen, 1, 2, and 3. You are going to come over here and stand here. Yes, you are. There we are. We'll move you in a moment. And then we'll send 3 more over here. 1, 2, and 3. Rhovanion spears. Rhovanion. Maur... What's your name, sorry? Mardrout archers. You're going there, and then we'll have a javelin unit behind each of you, just to give you a bit more pep, a bit more oomph. There we are, you get one as well. And then you guys are cavalry, your cavalry. We'll worry about you later, and you guys go on that right where the cavalry's not going. Okay, so we cannot walk up any of that as expected. At Team 3, you can get much closer. There we are, go like that. And you guys go behind, keep them protected. And on the right-hand side, Team 2, closest I can move you is there. And even there doesn't like it. Is I can move you is there. If you go a bit further down so you're actually on the slope, and the javelins behind you go there, and then fellows over there take out on the right hand side. They seem to be coming primarily on the right hand side. All our cavalry will go left and hit those rune riders, but we've learned that rune riders are just an awful cavalry unit, so we're not worried about them at all. Run into position. Run, and then all go into defensive mode. You guys run as well. Right, so 6% of the enemy has died, as our archers have complete free range to charge down. Oh, and the riders charge into a spear unit because they're idiots. Well, that makes our job a little bit easier. Always very nice when the enemy obliges and just does moronic decisions. Let's have a look at these runic spearmen. Very colourful again. Lots of lighter colours, golds and blues in there, and a lot of red as well, actually. No, we're going to smash the enemy and then some. This is just an absolute gift of a battle map. We want to watch out using the actual cavalry, though. We want to primarily use our generals because they replenish. And they'll catch them, and then they catch them as well. They're shaken. They don't know what's going on. Their numbers are dropping, and as they start to realise how many people just died, they break. Yes, there we are. Done and dusted. And repeat ad infinitum. Archers can still fire. You guys are getting flanked a little bit. Who's coming around on you? Eastern tribesmen, don't worry about them. Just move around there. There's the runic bodyguards. There's some runic spears. Right, you go back and hit that spears. You pull back, keep them guessing. You hit those spears. There we are, run out. You guys run out. They need some support up there. Go and assist. And you've thrown all of your javelins now. Yeah. Have you still got arrows to go? Yes, they've still got arrows to go. You guys aren't doing very well with your javelins, but you can go in and help. You can go in and help. Cavalry's drawing their attention. You can charge into them then. Should see them go. You can come and hit them, and you can come back and hit them. Ah, look, you've got a guy trapped. Alright, we're starting to get some routing. Pretty much anything that the cavalry touches is now running away. Oh, apart from them. Dear oh dear, the Mars Scouts were massacred.
The battle
The
is
Eastern
very
Tribesmen
much in
didn't
our
lose a
favour.
single unit.
Victory will be ours.
Oh dear. Well, note to self. The archer version of the Mar cavalry unit might be alright, but the scout version is god awful. Oh, it's the runic bodyguard. Ah, we found him. Pull back, pull back. Can you get a bit of a charge in there? No, not really, but we're winning anyway. Oh, what? The Cram ungroups all of my
Our men have
groups.
slain the enemy general.
What madness is
Without him,
this?
his troops will lose their will to fight.
Right, all of you hit
enemy
those
army
Hydra and
flees
Axemen.
the
Let's
field.
end
Our
it there.
foe is
495,
utterly
2,133.
Remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
311 kills, Bauer's bowmen. Well done, men. Well done. Silver Sword, 272, Dalroada longbowmen. Fantastic show. And then third place, 256, Bauer's bowmen. The archers took the top spots, and the cavalry only came in close fourth and fifth. It's nice to see archers doing well. It is nice to see archers doing well. And that was an eye-opener that the Mars Scouts, they have a niche role to play in our roster, I think. They're not going to be our primary cavalry unit, and that's certainly for true.
We shall slaughter them, my lord.
Merge together what can be merged.
Besieging the coward, my lord.
Oh, stop telling me to
Only a matter
reinforce the
of
region.
time
I'm not
until
gonna
the
do it.
slaughter begins.
Grasgard. Right, let's send our spy out. Let's go and find the next town.
Impossible.
They've got a region up here as
I
well.
shall
I was hoping Khazad-dûm might deal with that, but I don't think they will. Hillman and Númenórean Kingdoms not unexpected, and Linden and Wildmen, yeah. So the war in the north is now fully set. The only nations that exist there are all attacking each other.
Orders. Erecting a watchtower. As you wish.
Oh, we don't have any money. We're running out of money left, right, and centre. Right, what to do with this army here? I think you should probably
Yes,
just still
my lord.
stay where you are, to be honest.
Your
Although,
will, my
actually,
lord.
we could send... Let's send some cavalry down. So you,
lord.
come and stand here
By
for
your-
me.
Your
and
orders, my lord.
take all the cavalry.
Your will, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Go back and get Fritigan back.
My lord.
You might as well take him as well, actually, and then
As
he
you
can be the
wish.
garrison unit.
We'll make camp here.
Pop the
Your
house
will,
guards
my
back
lord.
into
By
them. There's no
your
point in them
command.
sitting in there. Might as well get them in the
Joining
fight.
forces, my lord.
But you've
Your
got enough to
orders,
hold
my
that
lord.
bridge, I have no doubt. We don't have very many archers, do we? Get a bowyer instead and then start giving us archers. It's crazy to think how different the map is. I mean, this area on this map is just a small line of mountains, a thin strip to the side, and then a bit of a forest there, and that's about it. The area beside that river in Rhovanion has one town and is a very small little region. In Divide and Conquer, there are 2 regions in that space. There's a castle down here on the coast of this, and there's a big forest here with an elven city in it. Which I'm sure you all know, but I haven't played on the Third Age map for years. Literally years. I have completely forgotten how different this is from the Divide and Conquer map, and it is so fascinating to me to see how different the 2 maps really are. I don't think one map is not better than the other map. That is not what I am saying at all. But it is what is apparent is just how different they are, and that I think is really interesting. It's cool to see progression of mods. Very cool. Of course, the Divide and Conquer map was made a very long time ago by Firefreak. Firefreak 111 or 888 or something like that, he chose as his name. He single-handedly did the map, and it's used as a base for many, many mods. It wasn't a specifically DAC-based map. He just made the map, and at the time he happened to be a DAC moderator, or a DAC modder, and he said, can we pop the map in? And everyone unanimously agreed. So that is what happened at the time. But many mods use the DAC map as a base. March against Sauron. The war councils of the League formed against Sauron and his servants have finally borne fruit, ready to unleash their full power. As soon as an Elven or Dunedain herald appoints a target for a Tola Khan, a counter-invasion will be declared. The name is Sindarin for Vengeance Comes, a mighty creed of doom. The counter-invasion allows generals to march with great speed deep into Middle-earth. It is said that these hosts will prove fairer and more splendid in arms than will ever again be seen in Middle-earth, and none greater have been mustered since the downfall of Morgoth. Besides the Dunedain and Linden kingdoms, the Sylvan nations have also been called to join the League against Sauron when the hour comes, and heroic volunteers from among men, elves, and dwarves will flock to valiant generals, ready to defend the free peoples and oppose the Dark Lord. Hope has returned to the west. Tola Khans against the followers of Sauron can now be called by the Númenóreans and the Kingdom of Linden. I think we can get involved in Tola Khans, but I'm not 100% sure. Ah, there's our next target, Romen. And Zalznik first will need to fall. There's Kardu defending it, and Captain Zarutu has quite understandably come back. Because why would he press on? We detected and killed an agent. That unit there. You guys get back down to that bridge. Right, yes, you go for Fritigern.
As you command, we shall prevail.
I would quite like to maintain the siege. I'd rather they come out because we're an all-cavalry army.
My lord.
My lord.
Eirik, you're coming through. Yeah, we don't have any money again.
Yes, my lord.
I don't want to really attack Baru because he's obviously snuck round us on that bridge, which is fine. That's his prerogative. Mistran stretches up to there. So there's one region between us and Romen. That's Lower Rune, which is in here somewhere. So we're only 3 regions away from the capital on the northern side. But then don't forget that there is that region to our north, which Romen is that whole region. So these are the only 2 provinces. Oh right. I don't want to jinx it. I really don't. But I can't help but feel that we are going to cakewalk this campaign and easily sail to victory. Certainly how it's looking at the moment. But let's do a little toggle fog of war, see what the rest of the world looks like, and see if our thoughts are correct elsewhere. Wow, the men of the mountains claimed much of Rohan now. They've got pretty much all of it. I don't know if they've actually got any enemies. They're allied to the Númenóreans, and they're enemies of the back. No, they don't. They're not at war with anyone. The kingdoms now border the wild men of Enedwaith, who have actually stretched out quite nicely. The wild men of the hills have come down and taken southern Rudo. I think they might have started with that, actually. They've got Athelin, but they haven't claimed any Númenórean lands yet. And similarly, as expected, the kingdom of Khazad-dûm has completely... I think it's a good idea, and for a player it works very well, but for the AI it just doesn't do anything. They don't do anything. They are just stuck in their same locations. Khazad-dûm in Khazad-dûm have not moved out anywhere. They haven't even got an army together. Up here, Erebor was taken by script. They didn't capture that themselves. It was captured for them in the Turn 1 auto expansion. And over in the west, they took Kibble Dum, and now they're just sitting in the mountains doing nothing. So Linden, who are now at war with Enedwaith, can now hopefully step up and do some extra damage, which will be good. I'm surprised that's such a massive city in what will be Mitchell Delving in the Shire. That's interesting. Basically, everyone's just mopping up Rebel Region still. We are only 22 turns in after all, so it's not surprising. Horondor has been captured, but again, no regions have changed hands down here in Harad yet. Harfala starts under Harad's control, and Horondor starts as a rebel region. So that's just been taken by the Númenóreans as a rebel. They've not taken Gobel Tolfalas, but Umbar coming for that, or Harad, sorry.
Warrior, not a
and no one's taken Pinnith Gelen yet. But Anfalas and Andrast have fallen. So that's interesting to see. Mordor aren't interested in us, and I can understand why. We're not at war with them, and their main enemy is the best nation in the game. So that makes no surprises to me. And I don't want to look at Rune. I don't want to see what they've got. But yes, as expected, look, Roman is that entire corner. So once we've taken that, that's their northern borders down. So interesting to see. The Misty Mountains are, of course, the chief enemy of the Woodland Realm. So that is Erun Galen's main enemy. The Woodland are the Goblins. Lothlorien are split a little between Mordor and the Goblins, but seem to primarily be focusing on the Goblins. So they're pushing up there. Captain Ruskion. And the Goblins, of course, are protected a little by the fact that they can move up and down in the centre of the mountains. So interesting to see, but I would expect the Woodland Realm will defeat... Oh, look, hello, there's a Khazad army. Khazad Royal Kin. He's making his way to Khazad-dûm, making the journey. I would expect the elves would beat goblins, but the goblins will probably be able to pump out a lot more units, so that should stand them in good stead. The goblins, I would submit, are the nation, looking at their roster, that are the least changed from Third Age. They have a lot of units that you would recognise from Third Age Total War.
Is that what you want?
So, and that would be a nation that I almost certainly would never play. But I'm enjoying playing as Rhovanion. I'm really keen to see our late game units. I've liked our early tier. I'm liking our early tier, I should say, and I'm keen to get up to the later stages. But for the first 3 videos that I'm recording back to back, that is it. So after the next episode, I will have seen your comments for at least episode 1 and 2. And then possibly 3 as well, depends when I record it. But I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope I've got the sound levels all right with all this fiddling around. And I hope to see you in the next one. But until we speak again, dear friends, Navarna den Pedamad Melonin, and farewell.